It's number 1 already. I was just going to post the answer, but changed my mind because I want to explain B. So write a linear equation that would be parallel and a linear equation that would be perpendicular to the equation in problem A. Explain why it is parallel and why it's perpendicular. Okay, we know that slope is 6. So for it to be parallel slope has to be 6. And the y-intercept can be anything. So, and perpendicular slope, the slope has to be opposite. This slope is positive, so the opposite is negative. And reciprocal, flip it, reciprocal, 6. So B doesn't matter what B is. B can't, for parallel, B can't be the same. It has to be anything but 0. So for parallel slope, you go, okay, for parallel linear equation, you go y equals this 6, the slope has to be 6x plus whatever you would like. You cannot use 0 because this is already 0. 8. Okay, that's parallel. Perpendicular, the slope has to be opposite. Y equals to -1, 6x, and reciprocal plus or minus whatever, say 10. Or you can just, with perpendicular, because the slope is already different, you can leave it like that, and y-intercept can also be 0. Or it can be different. Okay? So then you explain, why is this parallel? The line will be parallel because the line, be more specific, 6x, y equals to 6x plus 8 will be parallel because the slope is the same and the y-intercept is different. If the y-intercept was the same, it'll be the same line. Y-intercept is different. Okay. Next one is the line y equals to -1, 6x will be perpendicular, which makes 90 degrees, will be perpendicular because the slope is opposite and reciprocal. Sorry if you can't read it, but reciprocal. Reciprocal. There you go. Okay, here, this one you can make any equation just as long as the answer comes to this. The coefficient, let's say it needs to come, if this was 4, this has to also be 4 because that will get you a 4x, okay? And 8 and 7 and then whatever this is, 1. Doesn't matter. Mainly the coefficients are the same. The variable next to the x, because when you solve it you get 4x plus 1 equals to 7 plus 4x plus 32. The coefficient, the variable next, the number next to the variable are the same. They're going to be no solution. That would get you basically a 1 and a 10. 1 and a 10, like that. Infinite, same thing. The coefficient is the same, but this add up to 32. Okay, but these add up to 39, so this has to be also be 39 right here. So that way you get, instead of 15 equals to 15, you get 19 equals to 19. Remember, the coefficient needs to be the same for infinite and no solution. Work it out. This is me just giving you the answer because there's many numbers you can put here. Many, many numbers. I put 4. If you put 10 here, this has to be 10 to make that 10x. Okay? If it's 5, it's the coefficient, the variable next to... Okay, here's number 3 answer.